You're about to listen to the award-winning Stuart Pedasso Show. This show is for biologically and emotionally mature audiences. If you should not be here, please go away. We'll still be here when you're mature enough to partake. Ooh-ah.
Hi.
Hi.
Welcome to the award-winning Stuart Pedasso Show. I'm Dave.
I'm Melissa. I was kind of digging our hi.
I can't do that long.
I know. I could do that for a long time.
I would lose focus. I would totally
you
lose
would you would lose focus instead of me losing focus, which is usually the focus loser in this group here.
Maybe, but I do hide I lose focus at times. I totally lose focus.
Well, I think everybody
back.
loses focus. Everybody sometimes is like in one of those moments you're like, "Oh, this is great. I really have somewhere else I'd rather be. I'm going to go there with my brain."
Oh, not that much, but it's more like I can't pay attention this long. And then most of the time it happens, I realize, shit, I'm interviewing this dude. I should probably pay attention. What the fuck did he just say?
Oh my God, I've totally been there.
Oh, of course.
I've been there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe not in an interview, but I have definitely been in a situation where I damn well know I should have been paying attention to what that person just said, and I wasn't.
Yeah. No,
I think that recently happened with my doctor. Okay. But I figured it out. I think it was with my doctor, but I brought myself back from where my brain went. You know, my brain went like this little, it took a little loop. It took the wrong turn. And then I had to bring it back. I had to go off the exit and then get back back on track again. No, that's really what my brain does.
No, if it was a doctor, I would say, dude, I'm sorry, no meds. I got to come back. You got to say that again. If it was a doctor,
yeah,
you know.
But I kind of knew what was going on. That's
financial advisor, or something.
Right,
like that.
right. Oh, a financial advisor. I'm definitely clueless. But I think where we were at in the conversation we had, I kind of knew what we were. So it wasn't that big of a deal. But yeah, I definitely. Yeah, I do it a lot.
You know, dude's talking about some meds, and you're like, I like turnips. Fuck, dude, what do you
do? Like turnips?
All right, I'm changing your meds. God damn it.
I know. Yeah. Speaking of, I really need my meds. I tried again to get I changed pharmacies. I'm no longer at Walgreens. Changed over the CVS.
Bully for you.
Yep. Good. We don't like their policies. We don't like what they do, so we're gonna just change. And I feel like I kind of wanted to give them my opinion when I was telling them to cancel my prescriptions and everything there. But there was you know what?
What are they going to do?
What are they going to do?
No,
it was a nice young man who looked like he was barely out of college, if that. And I'm like, why am I going to fuck with this guy's day? He doesn't know me from shit. He might be 100% in my exactly feeling like I do. And then I got to go in there and yell at him and go, well, your company sucks and that's why I'm changing. So I was like, you know what? I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to tell them.
This is what Twitter's for. It's the only one of the few things Twitter's still good for. You at them, the Walgreens, and you tell them how much they suck.
Right. I mean, you're right. I could definitely do. I mean, I could certainly write to them or whatever. Yeah. But I know some people would do the thing of like yelling at the person at the counter. I'm like, they can't do nothing about it. Don't yell at people at the counter.
So speaking of which, may I? Because that's the perfect segue.
Oh, wonderful! I'm so glad I could be there.
So here's news, breaking news. This is when like the news on the TV, they say breaking news, and it's
breaking news, like
breaking news, like everything can't be breaking news. But anyway,
but
this is pretty kind of breaking. So pretty breaking. Right. At least from the last show, it's definitely breaking. And it could end up being broken by the end of the show.
Okay.
So, last show, if you listened with the lovely and talented Peter Klein, we were.
I just love that guy.
Yeah,
it's the best times when we're all together.
We were talking about my big idea. Well, it's not an idea anymore. It is a thing. So it's not a big thing.
It's a start thing.
It's a start thing, right?
All right, you got to start somewhere.
So I'm going to tell you.
That's wonderful.
I'm going to tell you. Well, I think you liked it on the Facebook.
Oh, I probably did.
You did. So
maybe I was drunk. I'm just kidding.
That's okay.
I'm not.
Totally.
I know. I'm not even getting drunk anymore, so I'm not.
Okay.
But I do have ADHD.
Yeah. So what happened is the thing that was stopping this big idea. If you didn't catch last week's show, don't worry, I'll get you caught up. Is I needed a name for it. And then with the name, there had to be a domain name that went with it, right? And so all of the obvious things, like literally I'm looking up stickittotheman.com, taken.
Of course.
SaveTheWorld.com, taken. You know, even .org, taken. They're all taken. Even though most of them weren't even fucking websites. It was like domain prospectors and shit, looking for gold and stuff like that. And so all of these seem to be taken. And so I had speaking of lovely and talented, my lovely and talented daughter was in town for like a day and a half this week. And so we were hanging out in the living room and I told her about the idea and I said, I don't have a name. Help me brainstorm.
Oh, get the kids involved. They're good.
Yeah. Well, she came up with one and I was like, I didn't say, because you don't do that to your kid.
No.
But I was like, okay, yeah, we're brainstorming. There's no such thing as bad ideas.
Yeah, you are right. Yeah.
So I put it down. And like it percolated and it marinated, and then I realized, you know what? I could make this work. This could work. This could be a thing. Because I'm thinking, I hate using this word, but it's true. The branding, the logo, the mascot. This could work. And then I started thinking, oh my God, the social media things I could do with this idea. And right there on the top, bam, I'm doing it.
Okay, are you going to say it on the show? Or
right now.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to do it. So,
I don't know if you wanted people to hear it because it's so good. Maybe you don't want me to
I got it. I got it.
Oh, you already got it.
I already got it. No, I wouldn't say
worries.
it if I hadn't gotten it.
Oh, it's already happened. It's happened already.
No,
like you said, it's already started.
Yeah. So, no, Cool Cats for Change.
Oh, yes, I did like that. You're right.
Like that.
Yes.
So, Cool Cats for Change is going to be, well, right now it is a Facebook page. That is the most active thing. There is a domain name, and if you go to the website, it's going to be this, I haven't even looked at it yet. It's a nothing blogger type thing and I'm still looking at templates the way I want it to look. And so whatever you see, there's nothing there other than Cool Cats for Change. There's literally no pictures, no nothing. I don't even know what font it is, or what color it is. But I've downloaded some templates and I'm going to be checking them out over the next few days. And there's going to be other social media outlets and it's going to be a gas. So already today, the first action you could take was posted this afternoon. And the goal is that at some point, I would love it. I don't know if I can do this by myself, but right now I want to do this by myself. It would be awesome if every day there is at least something you can do to take action, to stick it to the man. Maybe it's a little thing like an internet petition, which I think that's what today's was. Maybe a big thing like making a phone call to a congressperson.
I had a good one today.
What'd you do?
I ate at a Mexican restaurant that is owned by a Mexican LGBTQ person.
Okay.
The man hates all of that.
Well, that's true.
The man doesn't like Mexicans, and they definitely don't like LGBTQ. So if you're Mexican and LGBTQ, then the man really hates you. And I ate at that restaurant, and it's delicious.
You know what's funny about that, though? The man usually is having gay sex with a Mexican boy.
You know...
Isn't that ironic?
Right. And there's nothing wrong with that if you want to.
Well, if the boy wants to.
If the boy wants to, yeah. If
but they'll pass legislation against the LGBTQ.
Yeah, even though they're having sex with the Mexican.
And they'll want to militarize the border, and they'll do that. Yet they're having sex with a Mexican boy. I'm right.
I fucking hate them.
Right. So
anyway, so to me, that still sticks it to the man because I'm supporting a restaurant that the man does not want to be supported.
Look.
I just feel like it can be that's what I'm saying. Like I could have gone somewhere that's owned by, I could have gone to McDonald's. I wasn't because I was with my mom and she wanted Mexican food. So,
you could have went to El McDonald's.
Yeah. I mean, we could have gone to, we could have
Taco
gone,
Bell.
we could have, yeah. But the point is that, hey, there's this place. It's in our neighborhood.
Yeah.
The place is called Tavos, Tavos, if you live in Rochester. Or visiting our fair city.
Where is it?
It's on Merchants. It's like Merchants and Akron Street. Sorry, folks. This is all obviously Rochester-based kind of stuff, but it's Merchants and Akron.
Okay, I know where that is. I don't know Is it a relatively newer
It's
place?
fairly, yeah, it's fairly new.
Oh,
like
okay.
6 months, 5, 6,
Oh,
6
yeah, okay,
months.
no, I
I
would
think
say-
the waitress
all right.
told us, who was
Well,
really
then I'll
lovely.
have to go by and see it. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
the food was amazing. My mom says this is now her favorite Mexican restaurant in Rochester. So, and she loves she grew up in the South a lot, and she did live for quite some time in California, in Southern California. So she ate a lot of Mexican food, and she really likes it. So she's kind of picky about it. So she was very excited about this place, and she's like, "Oh, this is good. This is my new favorite." So
I'm going to ask, not that y'all, I don't need to say this like in front of y'all, but I'm going to do it anyway, just because, and I'll tell you why. In like for listeners, it'll be like in 2 seconds. But we're going to take a pause because I'm going to do something, and then when I unpause, I will tell you why I paused. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So y'all don't care because we're not going away, but we'll be back, Melissa.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So we're back. So what I did is I had it really quick. I realized that, yes, there's a Facebook page, Cool Cats for Change, Facebook.com/Cool Cats for Change. But then I realized, oh, someone who's a douchebag who's listening to this free podcast can go, well, I'm going to go get the Twitter handle. Well, I just went and got it. So Cool Cats for Change is too long for Elon, but Cool Cats, the number 4 change, is not. So
are you get the blue check?
I'm not kidding. He's not getting my $8 a month. Fuck that shit.
I'm still like, that's still just like, is like so silly to
So
me.
now it's on Twitter, and I was forced to follow Discovery magazine, and then I quickly did a few more, but I'll get some more later and shit like that. So
Figure it out.
if you're on the Twitter, Cool Cats, the number 4 change is the handle, and nothing's posted yet. I just did it 2 seconds ago, but there will be, and we're gonna post in theory. I have this list of all these things I want to accomplish. I would love, there's going to be an email list so you can sign up for emails to get action alerts. There's going to be places on the website where you can learn about these issues, all sorts of stuff. I have a lot of plans, and I'm even going to put a player of Stuart Burdasco Radio on the website, of course, because I can do that.
Of course.
It's my
Well,
shit.
you have to.
Well, and it's for the
why
revolution.
wouldn't
It's Oral Treats for the Revolution.
It is.
And it fits. So,
Right. I
you
mean,
know.
it's perfection.
Yeah, absolutely. Well,
Chef's
not
kiss,
about
my
that,
friend.
but it's pretty cool.
I like.
For cats. So here's the funny thing.
Of course, I think of Cool for Cats immediately. I think of the Squeeze song,
That's what it's been in my head now for 2 days. Thanks to Julia. Thanks to this. Cool for Cats is
which
like,
is a great,
it is
fucking song.
It is a great song, but I got to make sure whatever I'm doing, like social media wise, I'm not doing Cool for Cats. I'm doing Cool Cats for Change because I keep getting.
I heard that on the radio. Actually, oddly, I heard that. Oh, excuse me. Hello, gas there.
Squeeze is a very underrated band.
Oh, I fucking love
Yeah,
Squeeze.
me too.
They're a big favorite of mine. But yeah, that song was on the radio recently, like within the last few months, I guess. And it was like, it had been years probably since I had heard it on the radio, and I don't even listen to the radio
that song
much.
for sure.
So I was like, oh my God. And Dan and I are in the car bopping along to it and stuff. It's just such a great song.
Tempted is actually played in like supermarkets and shit, which I think is
that
hilarious.
Song is, like that song and Black Coffee in Bed are like, you hear those everywhere.
Yeah.
But some of my favorites are not actually the more popular
Oh
ones.
no, RG Bargy is like one of my Desert Island albums.
Oh, is it?
It may have been on my top 100 when we did that with Sean.
Oh, I'm sure.
I have the list. I can go back and look, but I'm fairly sure RG
So
Bargy.
there's a Squeeze singles CD that's like their
yeah.
quote unquote hits.
Yeah. That would be great.
And I can tell you, okay, first of all, the one I have is the one I've had since the early 90s.
All right.
I was probably like
God damn it.
90. It was probably like 91 or so when I bought it. And I used to listen. It was one of my listen to music while I'm doing schoolwork. So while I was in college, that was like one of those albums I was listening to a lot.
All right. Cool Cats for Change now follows Squeeze, the band.
As it should be.
As it should, right. That's the official, Squeeze official. We now follow Squeeze. So I can do that. Cool. Okay.
Yeah, that band's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are underrated.
Yeah. So go to Facebook. We can do Twitter now, though there's nothing on there right now. And there is a website, coolcatsforchange.com, but it's not going to see anything yet. Hope this weekend I'll get a little bit done. It's just going to be every day that I have a few minutes, I'm going to add the next thing. I've got a whole list of things I want to do with it. And by all means, feel free to suggest organizations that I should be following to get action alerts, because this is nothing I
think we should just follow stuff that has to do with cats. Okay, hear me out though. This is hilarious. Okay, I have a funny story because I'm sorry. It's in my head and I can't stop thinking about it now. So KFC on Twitter, follows exactly 11 people named Herb.
Oh my God.
And the Spice Girls.
Herb. Okay, yeah.
And I think that's like the funniest fucking thing ever. That's all they follow.
Good luck trying to get them to follow you, right? Because they can't. It's their marketing.
I know, but it's so fucking funny. I don't know.
It is. It's cute. I would have never thought of that.
I know. Funny. I thought that was actually really genius marketing. 11 people named Herb and Spice Girls.
I would change my name to Herb just to get that, to kick one of the Herbs off. Like a douchey Herb.
I don't know. I think they're like, I don't even know if they're, I mean, you'd have to look, but I don't know that they're all well-known people. Like Herb Alpert's on there, I remember.
Oh, they have to be famous Herbs?
I think they're, maybe most of them are, but I kind of hope that some of them aren't.
Okay.
Because that would be really funny if you were if your name is Herb and they follow you randomly and
they could follow Stu's brother, Herb Badesso. They could totally do that. I am not starting a Herb Badesso Twitter. I got too many fucking Twitter handles.
I don't go. I'm not on the Twitter anymore, so I'm not getting back.
Actually, it's true. I did get rid of like all but 2. Mm-hmm. I have my own personal one, which I don't even really use anymore, but it's there. And then Stuart, which I do use. I do use the Stuart.
Only one.
And now I have Cool Cats for Change.
I have I have my account. And my personal account, my Rocks and Relics account, and now I'm one of the admins. Well, I'm one of the admins on the Riverside Creative Co-op as well.
On the Twitter?
Not on Twitter.
Okay.
But no, just in general on social media.
Oh, I was going to say.
I'm one of the admins on that. So
Cool Cats for Change would totally follow.
Oh, yeah, we should follow each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a great idea. We should do that.
Yeah. So, as I said, the first thing is up there now to try and get, look, this is the first one. It's just kind of up there. Not a trial thing, but it's Green America's way of trying to get big, huge banks like Wells Fargo to stop funding fossil fuel. I know. But again, testing it out. I needed something up there. So if I'm inviting people to like the page, there's got to be some kind of action there, right? Mm-hmm. So, just day one, chill out. I know we're gonna trust me. Oh my God, trust me. I am already starting to develop bookmarks and I'm on email lists to get these actions sent to me. So you wait and see some of the shit that's coming up. It's going to be pretty cool. So that's the thing. That's my thing. I'm not going to work with groups of people. I'm not going to be in meetings where fucknuts just have to be heard, because if they're not heard, they can't just sit there and shut up, and they take up hours of meetings so that they can just talk and blather. And I'm going to change the world this way right now. Now there may be another point in time where I do something more in real IRL, as the kids say.
I know, but sometimes, but somebody needs to be doing this too.
Yeah.
It's like, I feel like every whatever way you can be a part, whatever way you can be a part of sticking it to the man.
And that's the whole goal of Cool Cats for Change, is that people give people ways to stick it to the man. So there'll be this, I can do a quick internet petition. I can do this quick, put my name in and click send, and they'll write the email for me. Mm-hmm. And then there's also going to be stuff on, hey, there's a big ass day of action around the world to stick it to the man. Stick it to the man day. Oh, I wish there was stick it to the man day. All right, let me look.
I know you got to look it up, but I'm like, why can't there be? How does any other day become?
No. I'm not saying it. I'm looking. There does not seem to be a stick it to the man. National stick it to the man day.
Down, dude. We could make this a thing.
Oh man, I don't have time for that shit. I got Cool Cats for Change.
All right, but we could make it. Write it down.
All right, I'll write it down. Oh my God.
Maybe I'll do something with it. Maybe we can just. What's today? Today is May 19th. This could be stick it to the man day, because we just talked about it today.
So start organizing for next year.
Yeah.
Wow, that'd be interesting.
Write down May 19th so we don't forget.
Okay. Now you gotta hope I remember to keep this piece of paper. So
I'm gonna take a picture of it.
Okay. So yeah, so please check it out. Any suggestions you have, like it, share it. I tell you to do that with Stuart. I tell you to give us 5 stars on iTunes, which you should be doing anyway for the Stuart Podesto Show. But I mean, this too. This is like real stuff that we're trying to make the world a better place and not have it catch fire and blow up and have a nuclear war and, saving the whales and stuff. So you should do all that. Okay? Cool Cats for Change. You know it. You love it. Ask for it by name. So I should probably pay attention to like what I was recording. Oh, there we are. Okay. Speaking of, there's the segue.
Speaking of,
what did you do today? So rather than me go to my next thing, what did you do today, Melissa? You have something.
What did I do today?
You said,
man?
No, you said you had something today that was online.
Oh yeah, the online thing. Okay.
Sorry, no segue on that.
No, there wasn't a segue. I'm like, I did go
change.
to a Mexican restaurant that was delicious, but I mean,
but that wasn't the thing you said.
Yeah, the thing I said before we started.
All right, so you tell me, and I'll get us beer.
Okay, great.
Okay.
So today, gosh, I'm just gonna read. Wait, I think I took a picture. I think I did a screenshot of it. Oh no, that's me.
So while she's looking,
okay. So here's the shot. Here's the shot.
Let's go.
So a person that I am friends with on Facebook, and we kind of go back. Reposted this comment from another person on Facebook. You know how you find random comments from random people on Facebook, and they end up getting viral, and people keep reposting it over and over again. This is probably one of those comments. So some guy named J.W. Gortney posted on May 9th. Am I the only one that's worried they might see a wiener this sundress season? And then the person who reposted it, who, like I said, is a friend of mine, wrote, "Please don't ruin sundresses." What do you think? What are your thoughts on that, Dave? I would just like to know what are your immediate thoughts on it.
Well, it's the person you told me, right?
Yeah, but let's okay. No, maybe I shouldn't have told you, but let's.
No, but that's okay.
Okay,
it's all right. It's all right.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Well, okay. Let's go just to the original comment, or the original poster.
Okay, the original poster.
Okay.
Being.
You know who that? You know what that reminds me of?
Tell me.
In a different way, not in terms of LGBTQ, but just in terms of saying stupid shit like that. It reminds me of Vinnie Paulino.
Oh yeah.
With his withered hand, stupid joke that started the whole Vinnie Paulino bullshit.
Yeah. The punching down instead of punching up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
which I brought up in that in that thread too.
And I don't even know if that's punching down because you're just a douche. I mean, it could be a really cool person with a wiener and a sundress. You know what I'm saying? They could be higher up in stature than this guy. The guy afraid of wieners. Well,
I mean, I'm thinking specifically of for me, I'm thinking my trans sister-in-law definitely rocks a dress. And might I add, rocks them pretty fucking hard.
But again.
And like if
I get it.
Yep. So
you said hard wiener.
I did.
Okay.
And
good time.
Ain't nothing wrong with a transgender woman in a dress and her bulge may stick a little bit.
But there's also yes, and there's also
that's what they're talking about.
Yeah, I know they are,
right,
but
you know that.
But I know that, but I was going to just make it universal, which maybe I'll just do for a second, but then I'll bring the focus back.
Of course,
it could be any dude in a dress,
correct,
who doesn't have to identify as trans. Yeah,
that could right. I mean, and definitely dudes who are not trans wear dresses, and I have seen that. And I mean, my hope, and somebody brought that up, like, well, you're assuming that that's only trans people wear dresses. No, anybody can wear a dress. Right.
So anyway, back to this transphobe being a douche. Yeah, you're gonna get there's I don't want to call it camps. There's like levels. That's what I'm looking at. Where there's people who like are total transphobes and are like, ew, icky, ew, that kind of thing. And then you got people who are just. It's a habit. It's called. They've learned it their whole lives. I mean, I know I did growing up. You make fun of people. You make jokes about people who are different from you. and not thinking that it's stupid, that it's hurtful, that it's bigoted, whatever. You just,
I think
they're different. So these jokes, oh, we all make jokes about each other. They make jokes about me, kind of thing.
And I think this is exactly this type of thing in this case.
And okay,
but it doesn't make it right.
Oh no, not at all.
It doesn't make it right at all.
No, because it's that concept of you used to be able to say stuff back in the day.
That's how I felt like it. I was like,
and that's what comedians are whining about. That we should be able to say, well, fuck you, dude. I actually don't believe.
It's like if you have to make your jokes about people that are really hurt and that they're really hurtful and mean, then you kind of suck as a comedian.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like you really can't think of anything better,
right?
Because there's plenty of comedians out there that don't do that and they're still really funny,
right?
So, no, I guess it's you, dude.
Which is why, I mean, well, I'm not going to get into Dave Chappelle anymore, but that's Chris Rock has gone that route.
Right.
He's become
that's very
really,
sad.
yeah,
that's really sad because both of them, Dave Chappelle and Chris Rock, I enjoyed both of them, and that's really disappointing to me.
Yep. So
but anyway, so that happened today. So
Okay.
that happened, and of course, I had to immediately say that's completely transphobic. And then that person and another person on there who is also my friend, kind of came at me for saying something about it.
What? Because may I guess? What can
because
people
it's
have
a joke?
fun? Yeah,
basically, yeah. Like, well, you know where our hearts are, and you know that we're not like that. I'm like, and I made a point like it really doesn't matter.
Yeah, words don't matter, actions do.
Like, it doesn't matter where your heart is. You put it out there. You put it, and I made a point. I said I made a little thing about it, and I said if I posted that and they saw that at my job, I would lose my job. I would. I absolutely 100% know that somebody, if somebody, and I know that we do have at least one transgendered person at my job, and maybe there's more because I certainly don't know every single person there. So I'm like, if I posted that and then said, oh, well, I didn't mean it that way because, I have no problem with trans people, I would lose it wouldn't matter. I'd fucking lose my job. Like, you can't do that. In a perfect world, maybe things would be different. We don't live in that fucking perfect world.
I don't have a problem with this. Is pretty much the parallel to I'm not racist, but, and then you say something racist.
I know. That's how I looked at it. And like, I don't think somebody would say that. Like, I really looked at it the same way. Like, would you post something racist or anti-Semitic or I don't know, whatever, fattest, ageist, whatever, sexist? Would you post something like that and go, well, you know me, but I don't really feel that way? I'm like, would you really do that? And honestly, maybe if this person really would do that, I don't know, maybe this person's not wanting to be my life. Maybe. Yeah. I don't know. So I'm talking about this because I feel...
Which sucks.
I feel some parallels of this to what happened to me in 2020 when I made mistakes. And I didn't want to, and I was uncomfortable about owing up to it until it was really pointed out to me that, no, you made a mistake and you need to owe up to it. And we don't have to get into the whole thing. Like, y'all, I'm just not going to.
I can't even refer to it because I had to take all the shows down.
All the shows are down.
All the shows are down.
I said something that in a past episode that was, I said the N-word once in an episode, and I didn't mean it in a negative way, of course, because I'm not a fucking asshole, but I should never have said it. And I said it one time, and I'm still embarrassed by it, and I'm still ashamed of it, as I should be. And to be honest, I sort of look at it in the same way. The persons that I'm talking about should be embarrassed and ashamed of what they put out there, because this is something shameful. Putting down people, making a joke about people in a time, especially nowadays, when I just saw on the news just as I was coming over there that Nebraska just passed a law limiting availability for care for transgendered children, for transgender teenagers and stuff. And I'm like, we're right in the middle of this shit. Yeah. And this is the way you're acting.
And it's
ridiculous.
And I'll just say this, and I'm sorry, I hope this doesn't sound like I'm being like opportunistic here, but well, it's not like I'm making money or anything.
No, we're not making any fucking money out of this.
But there will be something at some point on Cool Cats for Change.
Mm-hmm.
about those type of bills you're talking about. Excuse me, about those. Yeah, because I don't have specific plans yet. One of the things I have to do because again, we're in day 1.5 of this whole thing.
We're barely at a 0.
Yeah, right. Is I'm going to get it set up where I have at least once a week, I'm able to do a search of federal legislation for certain things. And, which reminds me, you know what? Something I might want to talk about.
Okay.
I'm just writing something down really quick. And so but that is on my list of things, of issues to see if there's some kind of federal bill to cut that shit out. Right. There might not be, but we'll see.
So these,
if you know of a bill, let me know.
Let us know.
Yeah.
We will. Dave will be on it. So my friends that I was talking about, they haven't said anything since I went on my, no, you're wrong. This is not cool. You can't be an ally and be posting stuff like this. You just can't. And I'm not the only one on this thread that said that. So thankfully, thankfully it wasn't just me, because it is nice when I don't have to be beaten up on, because that's happened to me many times and it sucks.
Right.
I saw back when I had the issue and I made some really stupid errors, and then people went after me and I got canceled, and I lost a lot of acquaintances. I wouldn't really say friends, but more acquaintances, and people that might have become friends but did not, on Facebook and all that. And I could so easily be the person who screenshots all the shit and goes, look at this, contacts the employer, look at this bullshit. Because honestly, this kind of stuff does get people fired nowadays. It does get people fired. I mean, like I said, if somebody saw this, I could easily see myself, if not fired, I would at least be in HR's office, and I would be talked to about it. So it wouldn't go without nothing, can guarantee it. And, but I'm not that person. I was that person one time where I was ready to just jump out and cancel people and make them pay for being such shits. And it's not just because these people are my friends, because I've certainly lost friends. I've lost lots and lots of friends over the years, because of my views on life. But I just don't want to be that person. I feel like sometimes, I learned a hard lesson. And maybe I could have learned this lesson some other way, but I had to learn it the way I learned the hard lesson, the way I had to learn it. And it's just the way life went. And I could maybe make them learn a hard lesson. But I'm really, really hoping that maybe they'll just read the words, and maybe they won't think about it today. Maybe today they'll still be like, can't believe Melissa fucking said that, can't believe she's being so judgy and stuff. But I know these people, so I think to some degree, if they think about it a little bit.
Maybe. But something we've talked about is, and I'm not saying that these, because you told me one of the people, and while they don't fall into the camp I'm about to mention, they do have connections to the camp. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
But there are folks who, in spite of everything, all evidence you put in front of them, they dig in harder because of that cognitive dissonance.
I know.
And I don't know if that person's like that.
I think don't you think we're all like that to some degree?
Oh, sure.
Oh, I know I am.
Oh, yeah.
100%. And something like that just happened to me, and I could feel myself wanting to dig in deeper. It was just an argument between my husband and I, so it wasn't even like any, wasn't major news, but just an argument was happening between my husband and I had that moment of, no, I want to be right about this, but I realized, no, you're not fucking right here. You have to stop. You have to stop right now at this very second. You are not right. You made a mistake. He made a mistake, but you made a mistake, and you have to stop digging deeper. Yeah. It's so hard to do. It's hard to do as humans.
None of you people can tell me that I'm losing my hair. Sorry. I had to put a joke in there somewhere. I'm sorry. I had to do it.
No,
I felt like it was time.
It was good. Right. No, it was good. We had a moment. Okay. But yeah, it's okay. Man, it's so fucking okay to be wrong. It's so good to be wrong if you're going to learn something really positive out of it.
Look, dude, it might necessarily be, who decides it's your responsibility to necessarily teach them.
You know what? Thank you for saying that. I was thinking about that as well.
I mean, you could. And,
right, I could be part of it, but
it's
it's their journey. It's not my journey.
And but the way you learn, do you think if somebody did it lighter to you, did it lighter? You know what I mean? Wasn't as hard on you? Would you have learned?
Maybe not. Maybe not.
Okay, I don't know.
Maybe not. That's why I say maybe I needed to learn that lesson in a much tougher way.
And if your personality or the way you do things is not the way to like do what was done to you, that's okay. Yeah. It's not. It doesn't make you a less. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not. That's not my place in their journey. I'll just say that. I don't feel that that's my place in their journey. Maybe somebody else will. Maybe somebody else will see that and go, this pisses me the fuck off, and I'm gonna...
and others have, especially in the various communities, say no, it is your place because you need to take care of your people, so to speak.
I know.
So I don't know. I mean,
but I feel, but I'm
just having a conversation with you.
Right.
I'm not saying one way or another.
And you're right.
I see both. I don't know. I think I've done a little of both.
Yeah, I do too. Like I definitely have reported people to things and stuff and all that. But I feel like these are two individuals that have the chance to learn in this case, and it's up to them to want to learn or not. It's not up to me. But we're all on this, we're on this journey. All of us white people are on this journey of anti-racism.
White people, cisgendered people, straight people, all the people of privilege. People,
we're all on that road of being, anti-trans, or not. I mean, anti-trans. There's got to be a word for that. Pro-trans. We love it. I don't know.
Not being a dick.
We're all on the road to not being a fucking dick.
I hope some of us are.
Like, just try to be kind. Let's don't tell a joke if you know that there's a group of people that might get offended by it, then don't tell a joke. And then when somebody tells you there's a group of people that are really get offended by it, don't think that it's still funny and that it's still okay. Think about it. It's okay. It's okay to be wrong. Man, it's hard, but it's okay.
And when that happens to me, I will admit it.
I tried.
It has happened. No, it is.
No, I tried. Like I said, I was wrong. I was wrong very recently, and it was tough for me to admit it. But I admitted it, and once I just admitted it and I got it out, honestly, it does feel better. It feels better just to let that loose, just to let that kind of ego go, and just go. It's not. It's. Yeah. Let that go. Let it go. I'm not singing that fucking song. I don't really know the song, but I know there's a Let It Go song.
Is there?
Yeah, it's from Frozen, Elsa. Oh, I've never seen it, but I know there's a Let It Go song, and I've heard it, but I don't.
Okay.
I feel like if I was into Disney, I would start singing that song. You're like, I don't fucking know.
No, I'm trying not to burp in the microphone is what I'm doing.
So that's what I wanted to talk about. Beer. That's what I wanted to talk about, Dave.
Well, you did.
I did.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm going to drink this beer.
Okay.
It was tough. I was starting to get kind of mad. Oh, and because I was starting to get mad, I did a meditation.
Oh, okay.
Specifically geared towards frustration.
Okay.
And realized that it's going to sound terrible.
You smashed your ass.
No, I realized that I really handled my frustration pretty well. That I actually did a really good job.
Why does that sound bad?
Because I hate to say that I handled it properly, because I handled lots of things improperly, but this time I didn't. I handled it really well.
So I don't understand. Why is that bad? Oh, okay.
I don't know. I feel weird about it.
Oh, okay.
No, it's probably me.
Yeah, it could be.
Mm-hmm.
You're weird.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Just cut that out.
Drink my Genesee beer.
Okay.
Look, I have a nose.
You do.
Ring.
You do.
Okay, I was going to talk about
that. Is that on purpose, or somebody do that to you?
No. So
did you lose
it's
a
actually
bet?
No. Look, it's fake.
Well, I assumed.
So,
yeah, if you have to keep messing with it, you should take it out.
Yeah. So only because. So I think I want to get one though. I got a cheapy one because I wanted to see if I liked it or not. I think I look cute in it. I think I want to get one.
You've been sitting here the whole show playing with the fucking thing, but you look cute. Okay, whatever, bro. I love you, Melissa. That's all I'm saying. I
You're
love
a
you,
weirdo,
man.
but whatever.
Whatever. I guess you're willing to pay that price for fashion, huh? All right, you go for it, girl. I'm gonna start wearing pots on my head because it's the new thing.
You can
Pots.
I'm not going to tell you what to do.
I didn't say you would. If I had a pot on my head, and
Pots
this is
on
my
my
thing
head.
now.
I feel like that's a song. Pots on my head, pots on my head. I don't know.
Yeah, it's really not. But anyway,
I feel like there's like a somehow I feel like there is a new wave song somewhere in there.
you're thinking no.
Pots on my head.
It's not. You're just thinking of Devo.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I think I just wanted to miss.
Okay. You have an internet box. Feel free to look it up. I'm not doing it. I don't need the government to say what the fuck's he looking up now? Jesus. What pots are...
Sorry.
I will admit that is a good meme. That concept of the FBI listening or watching either listening to your phone or watching what you post and then like just getting done with you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I really enjoy that meme because I've seen some that have really made me laugh my ass off. Because thinking, if I was that FBI guy or whatever agency that had to sit there and listen to motherfuckers just do the most fucked up dumb shit, I would not want to live anymore. I'd be like, I'm just going to go fucking work at Dunkin' Donuts, man. Fuck this shit.
Oh, I think I would find all that shit interesting. I'm a curious cat.
To a point.
I'm a cool cat and a curious cat.
All right, yeah, look, Whiskers. Here's the thing, though.
Friends go.
After a while, it would be... I think the one I still think about, and I still look for it, because I should have saved it. It was so fucking disgusting and funny that I should have hit save, and I didn't. And I still, every once in a while, just want to run into this one again. It's like the thing, the conversation where you go me, colon, and then whatever you're going to say. And it's something like, hey, baby, bring those special crackers that you like over because I know you're on your period and I'm going to make something strawberry shortcake biscuits or something like that.
Something like that.
And just like, and then the picture meme was a GIF, like a moving GIF. And I think it was the Buffalo Bills coach who like trashed the room once when the Bills lost a game.
Oh, okay.
And then being from upstate New York, it was just a combination of a local thing with this more disgusting thing, and then the FBI listening to all our shit. It just was like hit me
perfect.
just right. I was like, man, I wish I could find that again because I really want to save that.
One.
Yeah, it was a good one. But I just really poorly explained it, so.
I get it though.
Yeah, you get it.
I get it because I'm from here, so we get it.
Something, whatever his first name, something Dorsey. He trashed like some officer when they lost to somebody. I can't remember.
It
became an internet meme for a while.
Oh, I can imagine.
It was this grown adult throwing a small child tantrum, like throwing shit, and it was just.
I wonder who they lost to.
Well, I know it was last year, so whoever they lost to.
Oh, it was last year?
Yeah, it was just last year. It was a relatively recent thing. So, you said something in our conversation that made me think about it. I didn't plan on talking about this, and I don't know if I've ever mentioned this on the show before. I think I have. So, if you're not cynical about our society and our government, let me help you get there. So, for you in the progressive camp, the liberals and stuff, if we must throw labels around, you might have been rejoicing a little bit this week because, ooh, yay, I saw it that Bernie Sanders introduced the version of single-payer health care bill in the Senate. And you're like, woo, all right. Now think about this for a minute, though. Okay? So there are elections coming up, federal elections. And that means by November, technically December-ish, or January, whatever, the end of this Congress will happen, which means any bills that have not been passed automatically get wiped off the table and they have to get reintroduced. Right.
Yeah.
So he waited when he could have introduced it last Congress when Dems had the White House, House, and Senate. It was dicey, and the numbers were dicey, but they technically had the majority in all three, and he never introduced it. But he waited till the second half of a term when there's elections coming up, so that it's going to get wiped off the books in a few months anyway. There's no way it's going to get into a committee, discussed, vetted, through committee, and then to the floor to vote, then going to the House and having their version, then it getting put together and something they can get to the president. From now, which is May to November, December?
Yeah, it's not enough time.
During an election when all these motherfuckers are running for re-election? Yeah, shit's not happening. So that's the most cynical fucking thing. John Conyers used to do this with reparations bills. John Conyers, he was of civil rights and for black folks. And yeah, but look at his reparations bill. He only brought it up when when there was no chance it would get brought up to vote. How do I know this? I actually looked it up myself. I went through, and it was by accident. I was not looking for this. It was when I was doing lobbying work for disability rights, and I was looking for something else, and I found a Conyers bill, and okay, I didn't have time, but I took the time anyway, and so I just started researching, and I looked at it, and I noticed that he only brought it up when there was when the Democrats weren't in charge, and there was no fucking way it was going to get voted on. That's the only time he ever brought it up. He ever sponsored the bill, and that's what Saint Bernie, king of the memes, that's why I ask for your support, blah, blah, blah. That's what he just did. So.
Wow.
Cool.
That's sucky.
Yeah,
That's
it
really
is.
sucky.
So the point is, we can't rely on these. And look.
Oh, we definitely can't rely on the Democrats.
Bernie does, I'm sure, probably doesn't kick puppies. You know, he doesn't like do anti-LGBTQ stuff while he's having sex with gay Mexicans. You know, he doesn't do that. But he's really not an agent of change. He's doing what he's doing, whether he knows it or not. I don't know. I'm not in his head. I wouldn't have no way of knowing. He's there to keep y'all saying blue no matter who. Right? So, cool cats for change. I'm working on it, okay? I'm working on it. So the goal, I guess, for shit like that, single payer, it has to go through our government. There's no other way to do it, right? So we have to create a situation where they don't have a choice. If they want to stay in office, that all the money and all the support from their corporate overlords won't make a difference. So that means we all have to work to be on the same page with this. Okay? So it's interesting. And I don't have it as listed on our, I'm going to call it the bookshelf yet, which is a place that's on our website, stuartbadasso.com, where we have Matt's two books Matt, crap, I'm not going to try and butcher his last name, who we've had on 2 weeks ago. And we have Alex Vitel's book, The End of Policing, that you can go right to there at paulusbooks.com, Paul's Books, and you can get it there. There's a book I'm reading, and I want to get this guy on during the summer, called We the Elites. And I think I've talked about it a little bit before, but it's helping me kind of figure out what to do. And this whole thing about the Constitution is doing exactly what it was meant to do. If you and I have not, have you seen? We don't need to discuss it. This is more of a yes or no question. Have you seen the Broadway show Hamilton?
No.
Off Broadway?
No.
Okay. I haven't, and I have no intent on seeing it. Whether Broadway, off Broadway, whatever.
I heard it's really great. People who like it, they say it's really great. Awesome.
Okay, good for them.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like, all right. I'm just not into it. It's fine.
But all of these guys, all of them, really agreed on the Constitution really doesn't protect our rights. The Constitution is there to protect property. And I'm in the middle of this book of showing me how. And this isn't coming from some, quote, left-wing guy who's trying to, show how much Karl Marx he's read. He is using actual quotes from the, quote, founders. From the Federalist Papers, from their notes on the Constitutional Convention, all that. So he's using their own words. They were pretty blatant in saying, we don't want the unwashed masses like us really having a say, because it'll fuck up the elites and take their property away and make everybody equal, which they didn't feel we were equal. So the Constitution is working.
Being half Jewish, I guess that part you're not equal. I mean, I guess on some level. But.
I don't know if they were talking anything about Judaism. They just elites, people with land, rich folks.
Well, I'm pretty sure they meant white Christian people, though.
Not necessarily. Jefferson, I think, didn't give that much of a shit about that. I don't think, but I don't know.
True. Actually, I did. Oh, I think I did read something about that.
He does not go into
an atheist.
Yeah, that does not. Yeah. They don't get that specifically into all of the. They definitely against Native Americans, definitely Africans for sure. Definitely but they didn't break it down into every single possible group. Okay, so yeah, so I mean that's. So, yes, be cynical, but don't give up. What other choice we got? Seriously. I mean, you know, I as much as it vexes me on occasion, I do show my students this something called CNN 10, which is this 10-minute daily news thing produced for high school, maybe middle school students. And sometimes I get so annoyed with it because it's fucking CNN, so you know there's some bullshit. But I mean, they have some decent stuff on science and crap like that. Any foreign policy stuff is just total government bullshit. But you know, it's fascinating the stuff that they come up with, and they, you know, this shit that they report on is the way it's supposed to be working. It is set. The whole thing we learned in school, which look, this book. And again, he's using the founding fathers' words. This isn't just some dude in his opinion. It is I'm learning shit and is putting in perspective. This kind of blown even my mind a little bit. I was already pissed at the founding fathers to begin with. And
like, I hate those motherfuckers.
But yeah, this is really like, oh fuck, this is really, it was intended to be this way. What's happening right now? Us feeling that we have no say. That was the point that we learned in grade school. One of the great things is that we have checks and balances. That checks and balances was so that you couldn't actually change shit. So that anytime there was a groundswell of the common folk to do something, there were checks and balances and branches of the government to cut that shit off before anything real happened.
So it's not to make sure that neither one has a better say?
No. Not
I'm joking. You know.
So, sorry, I wasn't planning on going there. Well,
it's important,
This is going to be another, I swear to God, this thing of the neurodivergencies thing has been on my list for 2 fucking months. It's all right. It'll wait till next week, too. It's all good.
No, I mean, we can talk about it.
Nah, we're over 50 minutes. I don't want to get into it now.
Oh, okay.
But no, I think that's cool. That means we always have shit. That's all it means.
We do have shit.
Yeah. So.
There's shit to talk about.
Yeah. All I know is I just want to have a sip of beer.
Yeah, I want people to think about what they're posting on social media. I would really like people to think twice about some of the things they do, and because I've been guilty of it myself. So I really feel like I have something to say about it. That I have made mistakes, and you really got to think about what you want to say. But then again, at the same time, if you post shit, then people will see you for what they think you are, and that's on you. So,
well,
I guess that's how you can look at it too.
I definitely have kids do this, but adults do too. They always talk about blah, freedom of speech. Well, and we've had this conversation, but probably in shows that I've had to take down. Sorry.
Right.
Actually, I'm not sorry. I am sorry about it. Now, going back, thinking about it now, I shouldn't have taken them down. At the time, it seemed like the right thing to do because I was, trying to keep a job or at least keep it for a while until I could find a different job. And I thought that was the right thing to do. The smart thing to do in terms of my financial situation, it turned out didn't even matter. I should have kept them up.
Yeah.
Well, Dave, you can put them back up. True, technically, but the links that were there all along are dead. They'd be new links. And so, what the fuck? I'm not gonna, whatever. There's a few of them that are on our Patreon. You can go to stuartbadasso.com and hook up with our Patreon, or patreon.com/Badasso is the direct link. And there'll be more when I get to it. Again, I got a lot of things going. Have you heard about this thing? Cool Cats for Change? Sorry.
We're going to keep talking about it, so...
Well, I'll post it in the show notes, too. Oh, I'll tell you this. This is fascinating, and this is a capitalism thing, too, which I thought about asking why, but then I just kind of went, meh.
Meh.
So if you go to stuartbadasso.com, we talk about this all the time. There are some really cool smaller businesses, right? That say that do books and sell stuff and stuff that we generally like. We wouldn't put it up there if it was like, you know,
we don't put
lug
shit.
nuts. Yeah, you know, whatever. Go get your lug nuts wherever. We don't need to do that shit.
Unless it was like a lug nut company that like stick it to the man really well, then maybe we would.
Or lug nuts in the shape of penises or vaginas.
Yeah,
I would totally.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
like
oh hell yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool. We'd like that.
Absolutely. So sorry, I got distracted by lug nuts. So I got this email, I don't know, a week or so ago. Actually, maybe longer. I've had a hard time keeping up with emails lately just because I've been, again, starting to put my iron in so many fires lately in a good way. But apparently one of the stores we've been an affiliate with, nobody was clicking on the links. And there are people who really do this type of thing. They do it to make money. Mm-hmm. It's an income. If not a second income, it's their first income. They have websites and they do all this social media stuff to get you to go to their website and click on the links and buy shit.
Buy shit, because that's their income.
It's their income. Or they will review shit on Amazon and they get paid for it and whatever. I'm not judging, kind of, but whatever. But that's not what our links were for. Companies we like, we make 50 cents off of you buying lug nuts from somebody. It's literally going to pay just to do this show, right? Doesn't even buy us beer. I pay for that. So just, anyway, so this company was like, hey, there hasn't been any clicks. You haven't sold anything, so we're going to suspend your account. And I'm thinking, wait a minute.
This has happened to us a couple times. It's funny.
I'm like, wait a minute. I got these links to your shit on my site costing you nothing. Mm-hmm. You didn't have to lift a fucking finger. It's just sitting there. There's a link to your site somewhere on the internet that only helps your algorithm. Maybe not a lot, but
it might.
Even that much. It's just a little bit. Mm-hmm. And who knows, maybe someday someone will come and buy that fucking lug nut off of you from my site. But in the meantime, it doesn't seem to be hurting you at all. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you gotta fuck with me. Like, I got nothing to do but to panic about your shitty ass company. And my anger is mock. Your shitty ass company. I gotta like be all upset and jump through these hoops and I'm gonna say it anyway. I don't know if I'll say it this way: and kiss your ass so that I have the privilege of keeping your links on my site. Fuck you! I took them off. Kiss my ass.
Nah, we're not doing that.
And I'm not even gonna mention your shitty ass company's name because fuck you.
Tell me later.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because we mentioned it and you go, oh, I'm gonna go buy something from them. You probably didn't yet, and they good don't.
Yeah, I won't.
I'm sure they're not a shitty ass company. It's probably their fucking marketing person. It's just some guy named Phil or something who's
Phil's like,
you know, his numbers aren't.
Phil's a boomer. I can almost guarantee it.
Whatever.
He might be an old Gen X, maybe old Gen X, around my age, could be.
I just thought it was funny. But in the meantime, look, there is stuff on our website that are cool that people aren't fucking with me, and you should go check out their shit. So there's even links to places on there we're not affiliates of, we don't make money off of, and we just like them. They're friends of ours. And so the shit's on there, it's good. I wouldn't,
like me.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Link to my Facebook page.
Absolutely. To Melissa's side business and Nina's publishing company, which is starting back up again. It was taking a little break, and they're
that's
coming out with new stuff. And
that's awesome news.
Yeah, and all that stuff, and Super Pedasso gear and all that jazz. But I just thought that was a funny ass story. I mean, the internet. This is just capitalism is just so fucking weird. They make people do the dumbest shit. Fuck you. Not you. You know what I mean. Those people. Fuck them. Okay. Hey, have I mentioned Cool Cats for Change? By the way? All right. No. All right, so I did that. This is just going to have to wait till next week, in theory. Someday
we're going to talk about this other thing.
And when I talk about it, it's going to be so ironic. It's the irony of finally getting to it. You're just going to be like, really, Dave? Do you see that? Yes, I'm seeing the irony and not getting to this yet again. Trust me.
Okay, I already have thoughts.
Oh, God. It's just the way the world is, man. It's the way,
it's fine.
Serendipity Kismet, whatever.
Whatever one of those words.
Circumstance.
Happenstance.
Happenstance? Is there a difference?
Happenstance. I don't know. I don't even know if that's actually a real. Is happenstance a real word? I remember hearing.
We just decided.
Well, I remember hearing that in a TV show. A movie, Dr. Horrible, where they say, "What a crazy random happenstance."
How come that guy hasn't been canceled yet?
Who?
Who's Dr. Horrible?
Oh no, that's that was a movie, like a really short movie that had oh my god, I can't think of the actor now.
Wasn't that Neil Patrick Harris?
Yeah.
Why hasn't he been canceled yet?
Oh, is he supposed to be canceled? I guess I didn't know.
He said some shitty things, man.
Has he? I don't even know.
I keep seeing these little things. Little things.
Goodness, I'll have to look it up. I've even read his biography. I thought it was
super huge, not like the worst things ever, but yeah, he's done like these little stupid things. I'm like, why is he still like revered?
Okay, yeah, why don't people think about that?
But everybody says how, he's so funny and awesome and stuff like that. I'm like,
well, I mean,
hasn't anyone
really
talked
funny
to him yet? Jesus.
Oh, this movie came out like in the like 2010, 2011
time.
God,
it's ancient. Was it a talkie?
No, yeah, it was a talkie. It's Dr. Horrible.
It's making a joke.
Okay.
All right.
Anyhow.
I know. Hey, maybe with all this new stuff I'm doing, maybe I'll even get around to writing a bit now and then. I do actually have one that I really want to finish. I was trying to hook up some new talent to do it, and either they just forgot to respond or I scared them off. I'm not sure which. Could be a little both, but
it could be both.
But I could rewrite the idea so we don't need them. It could just be you and me and Stu.
Stu. There's always Stu.
Yeah, I always have Stu if I need
Stu can be anybody we need Stu to be.
Well, and then there's Stu's cousin, Ophelia. Fuck.
I don't even know why you said that.
I don't know either. I needed a name.
Why Ophelia?
I don't know.
It's all right. I had Betty Lou in my head.
No, it wouldn't have. Betty Lou would not have worked for this one. Oh, okay. Even Ophelia doesn't work. It needed to be something in the Latin
sounding.
Yeah. Spanish. But
that could be.
But Ophelia came. That was like, as soon as it came out, I was like, that's not the one.
Melissa's Greek.
Yeah, but that wouldn't work for this either.
Okay.
But that's right. Anyway, so
you would know,
new bits, and I'm hoping. And we'll be back next week. Again, maybe we'll have a guest. I am still trying to hook that up. Oh, by the way, can we do Thursday?
Yeah, we could probably do a Thursday.
Okay.
Yeah, we should be able to do next Thursday.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I mean, I have to work, but I can come here after work.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do next Thursday.
Okay.
All right.
So, yeah, there's a show. There's going to be a show.
Look, we're talking about it right now.
Yeah. Because I may be gone all weekend. Leaving Friday.
Oh, great.
That's why.
Super duper.
Yeah. All right. So sorry.
Yeah, we're going to do that. We'll see y'all. We'll talk to y'all next week.
All right. Maybe with a guest.
Yeah, maybe.
Or
not.
Yes. Her name's Ophelia. Bye.
Yeah. Ciao.
It's wet.
It's fun.
My skin is tingly.
It's wet, it's fun, it's tingly. It's Talisman Energy's hydrofracking water park. We heard your concerns about hydrofracking and we wanted to show you just how safe hydrofracking is. So we're using water from our natural gas extraction to supply the Talisman Energy hydrofracking water park in Dimick, Pennsylvania.
Mama, my eyeballs feel hot.
Slide away down our 14 water park runs. Try the Tornado, the Burning Faucet, and our newest slide, the Chemical Inferno.
I can't feel my toes.
Talisman Energy's hydrofracking water park is located on Route 29, just south of Binghamton, New York. It's a fracking blast. Talisman Energy hydrofracking water park.
My eyelashes are gone.